gave up a TV job to start a podcast in your basement. If that doesn't scream midlife crisis, I don't know what does.
It was Championship Sunday here in Indianapolis. What's the mindset then coming in as a defending champion?
I want to win. No, I want to win.
The young lady over my shoulder, Caitlin Clark.
Not the best looking guy. And I don't think anyone's going to sit here and say, Matt Randazzo was really good looking.
What has this last month, 2 months, 3 months been like for you? It's an important fan base for the Fighting Illini, is it not?
It is.
He turned 69 years young last week. You look good, Coach.
Oh, try it. Thank you.
Welcome to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Wednesday in the Quad Cities. Wednesday, August 6th. It's funny watching that open, and that was last year's media day with Kirk Ferentz when I said, turned 69 a few weeks ago. So that was almost a year ago, a little more than a year ago. So Coach Ferentz just turned 70 and will be live at Iowa Football Media Day coming up on Friday. So that all just kind of triggered with me when I watched the open right there. But thanks for watching. If you're watching out here, or out there, I should say, if you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. Subscribe if you're doing it live and you're watching us live and you want to chime in on the chat and all those kind of things. Please do so. Life has slowed down a little bit for me when it comes to doing all of this every day. So I have a little more chance to chat back and kind of converse a little bit as things go. So please do that as well. Also, tell a friend or two or 10 about what we're doing here in the Quad Cities. Have them subscribe as well. Off the Air with Matt Randazzo every weekday, 10 a.m. right here on YouTube. We're also live on Twitter, or X. X has been very good to us as well. And then we're also available on all the podcasting platforms as well. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Podbean, iHeart, where you can get your podcasts. You'll find Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. We appreciate the people who check it out, the audio version as well. I encourage the audio version sometimes because you can listen instead of having to look at my ugly face. It's a lot better deal to get to. So thank you guys. However you are viewing the show, we appreciate it. We appreciate our amazing sponsors that allow us to do this show each and every day. A few more starting here real soon. So if you're interested in partnering with or sponsoring Off the Air with Matt Randazzo, reach out. Love to work with the amazing companies and businesses around the Quad City area as we get this thing rolling towards football season right around the corner. Coming up on today's show, a packed show once again today. Coming up in a matter of moments, we're going to catch up with our good friend Tom Kakert. Haven't talked to Tommy since before I went on vacation, but we have, as we mentioned, Iowa Football Media Day coming up on Friday. Kids Day, I believe, is Saturday, and we're 24 days away from the start of college football and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Illinois starts in 24 days. The Iowa State Cyclones are 17 days away. Going to try to catch up with Jake Brend either late this week or early next week before they head over to Ireland to get ready for their opener in Ireland against Kansas State. So, but Tom Kakert coming up to kind of preview Media Day, if that makes any sense, coming up in a matter of moments. Also, we're going to continue our off-the-air high school football previews, efforting at chatting with a coach from the Iowa side and the Illinois side each and every day here on the show. That will not happen on Friday. We'll explain that here in just a second. But Assumption's Nate Gilbraith will join us here later in hour number 1 to preview Assumption. It's Gilly's second year at Assumption. Numbers are up. Expectations, I would assume, are up as well. I know he's excited about what he has coming back. So we'll preview the Knights and kind of look at that district and that area coming up later on in hour number 1. Coming up around 11 o'clock, we're going to be joined with, I should say, Quad City Steamwheelers wide receiver, former Rock Island standout, former Augustana standout, Jordan Vesey will join us to preview what is a huge playoff game for the Wheelers coming up at home this Saturday. Of course, Mr. Vesey with 4 touchdown receptions in last weekend's playoff victory at home at Vibrant Arena. So Jordan Vesey and some Quad City Steamwheelers talk coming up around 11 o'clock. And then in the second hour of the show, we will do our Illinois high school football preview, and we'll head out to the Three Rivers and check in with our good friend Chip Filler from Orion as they get set for another season of Chargers football. Chat with him about Logan Lee as well. A lot of talent on Orion this year. Numbers are back up again. Of course, I think everybody noticed last year, and it's no secret, numbers were really low. I think it was 22 kids in the program at Orion last year, up to about 40 this year. So numbers are up. Talent is there. It should be a fun season, and what's going to be an extremely competitive Three Rivers Conference, especially that division. That division is loaded with really good teams. So we'll talk with Chip Filler coming up in just a little bit as well. We do want to mention again, we mentioned it already, but we'll be doing the show live from Iowa Football Media Day on Friday. It'll be an afternoon show. We'll blast it out to everybody. Make sure you guys get it. But expect around 2:30 or 3 for us to go on the air. We'll be at the practice facility at the University of Iowa. We'll have Pat Anger. We'll have trying to get Dolph or Rob Brooks to hop in and say hi. Players are available as well. So we're trying to get a few players to come over and join us and chat Iowa football as well. So really excited about the show coming up on Friday. Really nervous about technology, but we've taken the show on the road. We've been to Oscars. We've been to the John Deere Classic. We've taken the show on the road with relatively good success. So I'm hoping that continues on Friday as well. And then also want to mention that the View from the West kickoff party is coming up on August 17th. And I know Greg sent me this awesome little graphic, and I forget to keep loading it every day. But August 17th, the Other Bar, tons of local coaches will be there. We'll go live on this YouTube channel and View from the West YouTube channel as well, kind of previewing the high school football season on the Illinois side of the river. So excited to get rolling with that as well. Before we get going on today's show, I want to check out some news and notes, some headlines from the world of sports. And I had been doing this before vacation, came back from vacation, and there wasn't really a lot of actual news going on, but there is a good amount of news going on when you look at the last couple days. And we're going to start with this morning because there's a brand new coaches poll out for college football, and it has at the very top, Texas at number 1, Ohio State 2, Penn State 3, Georgia 4, Notre Dame 5. But you look there at number 12, Illinois, checking in at number 12 in the country in the first coaches poll of the season. So the excitement in Champaign is warranted. It's being noticed by the rest of the nation, other coaches around the country as well. Illinois, Brett Bielema and company, checking in at number 12 in the coaches poll. That is very cool stuff. We'll have a little more on Cole Rusk coming up tomorrow as well. Some coaches talked yesterday down in Champaign and some good reviews, some good thoughts on Rock Island's Cole Rusk. So Illinois at number 12, and they're at number 22, the Iowa State Cyclones. They're getting ready to head over to Ireland to take on Kansas State to start the season a week earlier than everyone else. As you notice, no Iowa in the AP Coaches Top 25. Curious to see where they're at. I believe they're a top 25 team as they enter the season. We will see how quickly they maybe join the fun in the coaches poll. Of course, it's Iowa and Iowa State week 2. Maybe if things fall correctly and Iowa's impressive, etc., they could break into the top 25. It could be a top 25 matchup at Jack Trice Stadium in week 2 of the season between the Cyclones and the Hawkeyes in the Hawk series. So a new coaches poll. I love top 25 polls and coaching polls. I grew up, running to the newspaper or whatever to see where my team kind of landed each and every week. So there's Illinois at number 12, Iowa State checking in at number 22. Also, congratulations this morning to one of the finest basketball players the Quad Cities has ever seen. And I'm going to add to that, one of the best dudes the Quad Cities has ever produced. Chasen Randall, a Hall of Famer here in the Quad Cities, will now be a Hall of Famer at Stanford University. It was announced yesterday that Chasen Randall will be inducted into the Stanford Hall of Fame, a fantastic honor for a fantastic young man. Of course, Chasen Randall is still Stanford's all-time leading scorer. You go back to some great college basketball days for Chasen at Stanford, won a championship in the NIT, also went to a Sweet 16 with Stanford as well. And you look at his resume, obviously a state champion here in the Quad Cities at Rock Island High School in 2011, which is crazy because that's 14 years ago. Doesn't seem like that's possible. But yeah, 2011 Mr. Basketball as well. Still doing great stuff. Still playing professional basketball. Had a great season this year. Won a G League championship. That dude wins. Everywhere he goes, he simply wins. It's really cool to see. He's won at every level. Still playing professional basketball. Has 2 kids now. Married with 2 kids, which is really cool as well. So chatted with Chasen last night, texted him back and forth a little bit, efforting to get him on the show here real soon. So congratulations once again to Chasen Randall, a Hall of Famer at Stanford, Hall of Fame individual as well. So Major League Baseball, Cub fans, it's a Cub loser last night. They lost 3-2 to Cincinnati. Milwaukee wins, so the Brewers now 3 games up in the division. The Cubs with some work to do. They'll look to get back at it. They start, I think, 120 today with a game against Cincinnati. So tough night if you're a Cub fan last night, but still a lot of baseball left to be played, and it should be a great finish between them and the Brewers. I believe both teams obviously are going to make the postseason, but you would love to win that division along the way as well. So a lot to get to, as we mentioned on today's show, and we start talking a little Hawkeyes with a familiar face. So joining us now after several weeks because of my vacation and everything else, it's been a minute. Tom Kakert joining us now on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. Ready for Media Day later this week. Ready for Kids Day. I think there'll be some big news made at some of these events. So exciting time.
I love it. And that's the thing too is, Tom, I was looking at, we're 24 days away from football in Iowa City. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem possible, does it?
Well, it's gotta get here eventually, right? We need football back.
Yes.
So it's all, we've got preseason NFL football your Lions played last week, and then we've got some games. All the NFL's active this weekend, so it'd be good. Those
were just players in Lions uniforms. Those were not my Detroit Lions. Those are just players that'll eventually not be playing in Lions uniforms. So
you still care about them.
No, you know what? It was funny. My kids were excited about that game being on TV and everything, and they watched maybe the first drive, and then they were like outside playing again. And my wife came home and she's like, "Is anybody watching the game?" I'm like, "It's not really a game. It's more just like, oh, football's back. It feels good." I watched. I wanted to see some of the backup and all that kind of stuff. So so you mentioned football season is here. We've talked about it, but we're going to do Off the Air with Matt Randazzo from Iowa Football Media Day on Friday afternoon. So we're super excited about that. As you go into Media Day, what media? Do you know what Media Day this is for you? 20-something?
What? Oh, it's more than that.
30?
Because I was going through some stuff from the early
90s.
It may have been. Nah, it wasn't that far back. But when I had some pictures. Our old friend Brad Rowland, rest in peace, Brad, had some pictures that he had given me of Media Day one year that we were both up there at, and it's like pictures of Kevin Casper and Liddell Betts, and I'm talking to all these guys. So it's been 2000.
Yeah, I was gonna say getting close to 25 years.
So 25 years, but I haven't been doing it full time since 2003.
Yeah.
So My time is coming to an end.
No, you're a spring pup. You're just a pup, Tommy.
Yeah.
When you look at this entire season, I don't want to say season, but media days, what do you get out of them? These next 2 days, when it comes to media day on Friday, kids day on Saturday, what are you looking for? I always tell people you're not going to get a ton out of Iowa football media day because it kind of is what it is, and the players are so programmed to say certain things, and coach doesn't give away a ton, although he's been more transparent of late, maybe, or entertaining. I don't know if transparent is the right word. Maybe entertaining is a better word. What do you look to get out of Friday and Saturday? What are you interested in?
You know what the big thing for Saturday is? Because we don't have a media guide yet, and they weren't going to put two deeps in the media guide this year anyway. So I am anxious to look at the product on the field and see what those two deeps look like. And because we don't have that, and people are anxious to find out, okay, what's the real two deeps right now, and what's it look like at left tackle? We've seen some video, and it looked like Trevor Lauk was at left tackle